Two themes in Ukraine: support for Ukraine in resisting Russian aggression in eastern Ukraine, and our non-acquiescence, our opposition and support for Ukraine in resisting Russia's annexation of Crimea. One theme. Second theme was assisting Ukraine, providing support to Ukraine in the Ukrainian people's and government's effort to reform the government, to eliminate corruption, to shed the shackles that have really held back Ukrainian people, the Ukrainian economy that they inherited from decades of life under the Soviet system, and then in the decades since the fall of the Berlin Wall, the corruption that still lingers. They've made a lot of progress in restructuring their government and restructuring their economy, but there's more to do, and we want to help. They have adopted a new investigative unit to investigate corruption and an independent prosecutor's office to prosecute corruption cases. What they need now is a corruption court system, which their legislature is considering. I was there to advocate for their adoption of this anti-corruption court as part of yet another step in their effort to reform the government and fight corruption. Well, Ukraine faces a difficult transformation in reforming itself, in fighting corruption, reforming its institutions. That process, which we support, is made doubly difficult, really difficult, by the external aggression they face from Russia and Russian proxies in eastern Ukraine and the Donbass, who are, it's a daily a drumbeat of violence in eastern Ukraine, Ukrainian soldiers killed and wounded, plus
civilians
as
well,
and
we've seen
of course,
those
horrible
the
images.
monitors.
Yes, and plus the Russian annexation of Crimea. So beyond that, it's really a hybrid effort by the Russians, because they are. It's not merely a military effort, but a cyber effort as well. We announced shortly before I arrived in Ukraine the attribution of this cyber attack that started in Ukraine called NotPetya, which started in Ukraine but spread around the world and caused
to the UK,
billions of
other
dollars in damage. But it was focused originally in Ukraine, and our sense is that Russian actors use Ukraine as a laboratory for these types of malign activities. So I was there to stand with the Ukrainians in resisting this aggression, and to offer our support in any way we can in their efforts to reform their government.
Yeah.